you weren't doing direct to seller marketing. You were actually looking at Craigslist because a lot of times when someone's intentionally going into a seller financing deal, they're probably going to give someone terms like 10% interest, 8%, you know what I mean? Yep. So you weren't doing direct seller marketing. How did you enter those conversations? Like, how do you get an investor, maybe someone who's sophisticated, to give you a deal that actually makes sense?
Yeah, I've never even to this day done any kind of direct mail or bot list or anything like that. It's really just been, I've been really just focused on building relationships, more than anything. And so with what I found with, and people always laugh about the Craigslist, but you get the sellers on there that don't necessarily want to list the property. They don't want to put a sign in their yard. They don't want to alert the tenants for whatever reason, but it's also these properties that in a lot of cases are poorly managed or under rented. And so they have some level of upside. And I just took the approach of like, hey, if I can find out what the seller's needs are, and kind of create a scenario with terms of, hey, what works for them? What works for me? Can we put something together that makes sense? That very first seller finance deal, they were offering terms and the terms worked. Now there was a little bit of negotiation within that, but they were offering terms that actually made sense and their property supported. And what I found, because the question I get asked a lot is like, well, how do you talk a seller into carrying financing, or what's your pitch? And I'm like, I don't have a pitch. I literally will say, if I know they want to carry finance, I just say, hey, what kind of terms are you interested in? And then I just shut up and I listen, because it's usually the price or the down payment or the interest rate or the term length, or it's usually one of those things that a seller's potentially stuck on, but it's not usually all three. And so, if I can hear by just asking that basic question of, hey, what kind of terms are you interested in? Most sellers will tell you kind of what their needs are. And then I go, hey, can I take what I'm hearing them say and what I need the property to do for me and kind of marry that into that perfect win-win scenario of giving them part of what they want and still making the deal. If they're stuck on interest rate, fine. Maybe I can give them the interest rate they want, but we can negotiate on the down payment and the price. If it's the, price they're stuck on, sure. Maybe we can mess with the amortization schedule. We can go interest only payments, or there's just, you can be as creative and flexible as you and the seller can get, where unlike a bank kind of tells you, hey, these are the terms. They either work or they don't. And a lot of properties don't pencil out with what the bank's offering. So, or at least they don't pencil out to where it'd be super attractive.
Thanks for listening to the Virtual Real Estate Investing Podcast, presented by Greyline Investments, where we talk about how to find, fund, and finish deals from anywhere in the world.